Dear Madam Toastmaster, you didn't give me a chance to wing it, you just spilled the beans. So, fellow Toastmasters, Toastbusters, dear guests, here I am standing right in front of you, and the goal of my today's speech is actually to present to you the results of the project that I took during my High Performance Leadership Program. That's an advanced leadership program at Toastmasters. I bet many of you, as Jania told you, know what the project was about. At least during the past month, I presented 4 dedicated speeches in 4 Moscow clubs, even at German-speaking clubs at Redeflust, trying to promote this party, so many of you know what it was about. Still, for those of you who haven't been there or who hear about it for the first time, the task was very simple. The plan was to organize and hold the joint Toastmasters barbecue party. And I have to admit the fact that actually we did it. We did it about a week ago. It happened last one Saturday, June 21st. The irony of this project is actually that I don't have to present you the results. Many of you have seen the results. Many of you have actually witnessed the result, the party itself. And I do hope, I see many faces, well, not too many, but at least a third of people sitting in this audience took part in this party, and I do hope that it was a success. So those of you who were there, please raise your hands if you think that it was good. Great! So yes, we did it successfully, and the majority of testimonials and feedback that we got after the party, they prove the fact that it was a good thing. So what is the recipe of the success? The recipe is usually hidden. And today I'd like to talk about this. The recipe is actually the team, the organizing barbecue team, the hidden champions I call them, because you don't see them. You don't know what they're doing, but they do a great job for us to have such a fun event. So I'd like to present my team very briefly to you, and I'd like to tell you how I worked with them and how we succeeded. So I'd like you to applause to Evgenia Maseyeva, to Nadezhda Жеребина, Maxim Luchinin, and also to 2 more people who are not present currently at this meeting, Veronika Ladekina and Dmitry Marenkov. So it's those people without whom this barbecue would never have happened. They are the champions of this party. And I have to say and face the fact that I was extremely lucky to have such a great team. The good thing started even before I presented the first project. I already had 2 members in my team. There was Zhenya and Veronika. They accepted to take part long before we even have planned the project itself. Soon after I presented my first speech at World Surfers, I had another volunteer, Dima Marenkov, who approached me and said he wanted to help. Cool. And the next day, just the day after, at Toastbusters meeting, my team was fully equipped by Nadia and Maxim. So in total, I had 5 more people to help me with this event. And for the first team members meeting, the organizing team meeting, we actually had an action plan. I'll give it just a brief review. So we checked 4 areas that we had to cover. We put them on different themes. The first one was budget planning and participants list. The second was devoted to planning the official and unofficial part of the meeting, of the barbecue party. The third part was devoted to souvenirs, supplies, food and drinks, and some, eating stuff. And the fourth, also one of the most important things, was the promotion. So for every field, for every key area, at least 2 people from our team were assigned, and also 1 more person as a person B for the backup. So for the budget and participants list, I would like to thank specifically Maxim and myself. We did a great job, especially I did a cool promotion, driving participants to the party. For the official and unofficial part, I'd really love to express gratitude to Zhenya, who led the official part, and Dima, who helped her as a host, and to Veronika, who actually planned the whole, unofficial sport thing that that we didn't unfortunately realize it at the school because of the rain, but we had to wing it, and we had an after party, so where we actually had this unofficial thing. For the souvenirs and stuff, I'd like to thank specifically Nadia and Dima, who created lots of souvenirs and supplies, and of course Maxim and also myself, because we bought lots of things and we shared some cool pictures. You know, Maxim was a really strong person to carry all this stuff to the car and then to the party place. And for the promotion, I'd like to thank Veronica, Zhenya, and also myself. This actually was the full big bath of vegetables and fruit that we had to wash before the party, so we had lots of fun, and we promoted it. We posted on Facebook so people could have fun and smile and, you know, just feel in the party. Of course, we had some obstacles we had to face, and you know, nothing can be without problems. So the first problem was that the information that we needed very badly for the official part came very late, just the very last moment, so we almost failed in ordering souvenirs, but finally we managed to do it somehow, and thanks again to the team members. And the worst thing was that 5 days prior to the party, on Monday, we had only 17 people registered officially for the party. That was a tragedy, and I thought that the party wouldn't happen. But then we managed to force people to contact them. Yeah, some people even joked at me on that matter, and sent personal invitations. And within 3 days, we doubled the participants. So we had 33 people actually at the party, and I think that was a blast. But when the party was over, our job wasn't over. So the lots of party pictures, the feedbacks, reviews, some drawbacks and stuff that I asked for, and the wonderful movie that Nadia composed, and we shared it recently, that was the job that we performed when the party was over. And the final chord for this job was actually the special issue of the Toastbusters newsletter, the Barbecue Party Tribune, which I issued actually yesterday. So, besides those things that we as a team have learned preparing this party and that we can use later to prepare even better parties, there are several things that I learned personally as the team coordinator. And I'd like to name them. There are 3 main things working with the team, and I want to share it with you and with those who would prepare the next parties, the next team building event. The first thing, create a friendly atmosphere within your team, because you're making a fun team building event. You have to create some really good mood within your team so people feel really friendly, motivated, and they like working with each other. The second thing, as a team coordinator, don't try to wear 100 hats at once. You can't do everything. You can't actually substitute all members of your team. Distribute the tasks accordingly to people's preferences and to their skills. And people appreciate that. And the third, the most important thing, to my opinion, is to praise people. Praise them every time you can. Actually express appreciation every moment you can do this. People love that, and you love doing that too. And there's one more thing. I wouldn't call it the fourth thing, but that's a very good coincidence that I'd like to share with you now. I think we can probably use it later on when we prepare next team building events at Toastmasters. But this time, I was extremely fortunate that in my team we had both current officers at Toastbusters and future officers at Toastbusters. So we had a great chance, the team had a great chance to work together 1 month prior to the fact that when they were elected as officers. So by the day of the elections, the officers' team was not only fully completed and fully formed, but we already had a very positive co-working experience. And this fact, I think, would lead to the best executive committee in the history of Toastbusters, and I truly believe in that. So on this positive note, I'd like to close my high-performance leadership project. And I'd like to also quote Maxim's words in his feedback on the party. He said that the worst thing the thing that he disliked the most about the party was the fact that it was over. there's good news here. We're hiring for the next year team, so join the team, and thank you.